All right, welcome out to the call today, guys. You got my email. You've been hearing me talk a lot about this for years and months and weeks and days. And here's more details on really how to get more business. You know, I made a startling revelation about a year ago that I shared with Roger, and that was that 91% of my business comes from referral partners, comes from affiliates, comes from joint ventures. And a big percentage of that 91% even comes from Roger. You know, Roger's made a huge difference in my business, hundreds of thousands of dollars directly that I'm sure have turned into millions indirectly. Some of my best clients have come from him and his events, his cruises, people like Harry Dent, the economist, people like Ted Thomas, people, I mean, there's a long list, John Assaraf. So anyways, these people I've met in these social situations, and I recently wrote an article called How I Got Lazy, you know, and we can all get a little lazy. Some of us like to network more than others. I get a little lazy when it comes to networking, but bottom line is this is how I really make the money. So I asked Roger to do a call with us and to talk a little bit about networking and referral partners and joint ventures and affiliates, and also we're getting close to that time of the year where we're going to go on the cruise. And so this is the 9th annual cruise. I've been on just about every single one of them that I can think of. Maybe I missed a year in there somewhere, but I've been on every single one of them, and I have made a lot of money. I've gotten a lot of valuable connections on that cruise. I will be on the cruise this year. But specifically, more than anything else, I wanted Roger just to kind of share with you some concepts to help you make a little bit of a shift in your mindset as far as how you should time on a day-to-day basis connecting with people and talking with people and reaching out to people. So Roger, an expert in this. He's brought me to Bangladesh. You know, we've done a lot of business together. One of my best books was really inspired by the people that he's introduced me to. We've known each other since about 2008. He's not just a business partner, he is a friend of the family. And I couldn't think of anybody better to talk to you about connecting and the power of connection and referral partners. So Roger, take it away. And I hope to follow up with some questions a little bit later on.
All right, David, thank you so much, first of all, for the privilege. Every opportunity I get to speak to your tribe, and that they have also, everything that you've said about me, I can also say about you. And it's, I was glad that in the early days I was there, and now I'm extremely proud of what you have taken from where you were to where you are now, and in a much bigger scale that you are influencing and people and businesses and changing lives. So with that, I have a very short amount of time, so I'm going to take it from there. I'm going to skip about myself. You know, this is, if you want to know more about me these days, just go Google me and you can find out. I'd rather spend the time talking about what you can do. And I was just looking through it. I found a picture of David and myself in 2012. I was, that's every year how we look. So there you go, David. And one request before I get started is to make sure you get the most out of this presentation. Please turn that little voice inside of you that says, I know. Because I know is the killer of learning. The moment you say, I know, it turns off all mechanism of absorption, because and plus it happened to all of us, that you read a book the second or third time or fourth time, or listen to an audio presentation the 5th time or the 20th time, and you discover something completely new. And why is it that? And there's an old saying that in personal development that when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. Perhaps you were not ready to listen to that particular message the first 19 times. And literally, I've started reading another book, phenomenal book, again, a couple of days ago, that I've read again before, and I'm rediscovering things that I missed the first time. So perhaps today, if you have heard me before, you're at a different place in life, and perhaps you'll take it differently, give it a new meaning. So my definition of knowing is to know and not to do is not to know. To know and not to do is not to know. and it's a Zen proverb, and my philosophy is take the best and leave the rest. Take the best and leave the rest. So nowhere you go, you're not going to agree with everything. So I hope some of the things you agree, hopefully all of them. But if you don't like something else, don't throw the rest of them, because implement it and you'll get some value out of it. My 2 goals for being here today, number 1, as always, is to add value for your time. And number 2 is to tell you about the Winner Circle 9th Annual Invitation-Only Mastermind at Sea on December 11th through the 18th from Port Canaveral, Florida. We're going for the Bahamas, St. Martin, and St. Thomas. And again, I sincerely mean it when I say the worst thing that can happen to me today is not that you don't come on the cruise. And my intention is not to sell you on the cruise, because if I have to sell you on this, you're not ready. I'm going to share with you, but the worst thing that can happen to me is that if you say that I wasted your time. I know you value your time, you have many things to do, and so my goal is to share with you things that have made the biggest difference in my life. So hopefully I can impart on those things. So what we talked about today is, in a very short period of time, the secrets of growing your business without any money. And one of the biggest lies ever propagated is this lie, that it takes money to, if you're in my seminar right now, you'd finish the sentence, to make money. It takes money to make money. And you probably say it yourself, I've said it to myself, but I have proven it wrong. It does not take money to make money. What it takes is specialized knowledge. What it takes is things that are more valuable than money. And if you say, what is that? And I'm going to share it with you right now. And so instead of talking philosophically, which I can do, that's my really, in the personal development arena, spiritual arena, but I'm going to get a little bit more runway so that you can implement these strategies. So if you want to know the secret for growing your business without any money, I'm going to, what I call endorsement marketing or joint venture is another form, and I'm going to cover these things. Mastermind Forum is another, and referral partner relationship is probably underlying all of these things is the relationship building. So you've heard of OPM, other people's money, that you heard of money as capital, but I believe what's more powerful than money is relationship capital. And how powerful is what is endorsement marketing? Jay Abraham, the marketer extraordinaire, and he was asked one time at an interview, I think he was talking about literally 119 different marketing strategies that he was sharing, and he knows, and he was asked that if you were marooned in an island and take everything away, which one would you use? And he said, if you marooned me in an island and I have nothing, if there's only one strategy I could use to come back and make everything back, it would what he called endorsement marketing. In our vernacular, we sometimes interchangeably, we call it joint venture. Part of joint venture is endorsement marketing. Endorsement marketing is where you and I, endorsement marketing is exactly what David and I are doing right now. What David and I are doing right now is a perfect example of endorsement marketing. It is literally that David is endorsing me. Like when David comes on my cruise, I endorse David with all of his track records now that, hey, anybody who's new, if you're looking for these particular services, then this is what you can go. Like David is talking to me. If you want to know any of these topics, you can come to me. So we're endorsing each other. And should anyone decide to enroll in any of the services or purchase any of the services or invest in any of the products or services, then I pay the other side, but only from the money that has been brought in. So endorsement marketing, it didn't cost me any money to do this thing. And all the people that are already, they trust David, are listening to me. So all of his credibility sort of goes with it. And literally today, this morning, I've started a LinkedIn campaign, and in the LinkedIn campaign, I reached out to this gentleman. I know nothing, and in this short of a period, I spoke to him this morning, reached out last week, And it just coincidentally, of course, he happens to live in Tampa, and I'm doing a seminar not this weekend, the following weekend, and he and I are going to do a webinar tomorrow, Tuesday, to his list, and he's going to interview me, and then he's going to do a separate webinar. He has a list of 152,000. He's been doing this for 32 years speaking, and he's interviewing me on a show that he's been doing for 17 years without missing every month. So I am a guest speaker on that. Imagine what an incredible honor. And it didn't cost me anything to get on. So if you're a speaker, if you're an author, if you're a marketer, and if you want to grow your market share if you want to get new clients, form this concept of endorsement marketing joint venture. And Mastermind Forum is another again where you go there to form. Where do you go? Like David talked about that. How do you make those introductions? How do you meet people? How do you meet these people who want to do joint venture with you? Yes, you can do a cold LinkedIn campaign, and there's ways to do it. Or you can go to mastermind forums. David and I do masterminds all over the country, literally now all over the world. We took them to Bangladesh, and I'm doing more and more international masterminds now. And culminating, I'm going to share with you how to build a referral partner relationship with, not just for single, but what I call RPPR, referral partner relationship pipeline, not just a single referral, because I believe when we talk about this whole concept, that I believe that who you associate with and listen to will determine your destiny. Who you associate with and listen to will determine your destiny. And almost all of them, actually, I haven't anybody disagree. And when I say that will determine your destiny, it's not that if you're in the wrong crowd that you cannot come out. Those are exceptions. It requires incredible amount of energy. But if you want to soar with the eagles, then go there. And if you want to become healthy, you cannot just hang around with couch potatoes. You've probably heard the statement that your income will be the average of the 5 people that you hang around the most. I'm telling you that it's not just income. It's your health, your wealth, your attitude, and just about everything else will be affected by who you associate and listen to. And so if you really believe that, and as I said, I've never nobody disagree, my question is, do you do it by default or by design? And fortunately for me, I have done it by design. And that has made all the difference, because I believe that none of us is as smart as all of us. None of us is as smart as all of us. So anything good and great that has happened to me is a direct, not indirect, is a direct result of the mastermind group that I formed in 2007 called the Winner Circle. And it is an invitation-only guru mastermind group. And by guru, I mean somebody who has a following, somebody who's a speaker, author, somebody who's an SME, a subject matter expert. And they have achieved something. They're a successful entrepreneur. They have in their industry, they have made a mark. These are the type of people that I invite. It started in 2007 as a strictly real estate guru mastermind. That means people who are speaking, teaching, author in the real estate investing arena. Those were the people that started the Winner Circle. And when the market crashed in 08, 09, and all those real estate investors were just gone, I had to expand to other fields, and almost by necessity, but that became a blessing, because now my quality of life and circle has been enriched so much more with all of these people. And if you want to know what is mastermind, very simply is that it's masterminds when 2 or more people get together with a common cause to reach their individual or a shared outcome. And in most cases, when we get together in our mastermind, we all have our individual outcome that we're helping each other to reach. And Napoleon Hill, the grandfather probably of this personal development movement, and he said that anyone who has accumulated any amount of wealth, either consciously or unconsciously, applied the principle of mastermind. There is no other principle more powerful than mastermind for achieving wealth and power. There is none. And so right there, when I read that, I absolutely was just, I was looking for the silver bullet, and I go, wow, this is it. I'm going to focus on Mastermind. And that's when I started the Mastermind, and it has made all the difference. And if you want to know in a very short, quick ABCs of Mastermind, I'm going to give it to you. ABCs of Mastermind. A is for access, and access to, very, very influential, knowledgeable, high-powered people. In the old saying that it's not what you know, it's who you know. And so in this, becomes a card-carrying members of the tribe. So it's very different than just a casual relationship. When you belong to a mastermind, the members become very close because they are committed to each other's success. One of the reasons they join is to find best practices. There's not enough time to make all the mistakes yourself. Come on. So you come and ask for help from the group. And these are not, consultants out there. These are real business owners. They're practitioners. And so they can give you what's working now in the trenches and save you incredible amounts of time, money, and aggravation. And so best practices is why we come. Of course, we share resources as part of the best practices. And finally, a community of like-minded people. It is hard out there. Most people in this country, when we started the turn of the century, it was 90% entrepreneurs. And now it has become reversed. It's 90% are employees and 10% are entrepreneurs. If you want to save this country, just start an entrepreneurial revolution. Bring the entrepreneurial spirit back, because people who go to the job and they have a entitlement mentality as opposed to go out there and make it happen mentality. And so this is a very if you ask me this one word, I've interviewed so many times, is that, hey, can you explain Mastermind in one word? I have not been able to come up with one word. But the one I've come up with 2 words, and that's what I call is accelerated success. You probably can get whatever you want without Mastermind. But if you want it faster, stronger, better, cheaper, more efficient way, I don't care. Use whatever adjective, superlative you want to use. You will do it through Mastermind. And that's why I love Mastermind. Anything good that has come is a direct result of Mastermind. What has happened to me is this almost first unconsciously, and David is the one who sort of brought it very consciously to me, is that this is what I do best, is in this world, and when everybody's managing leads and funnels, what I do is I manage friendships and relationships. And I go out of my way to take care of the people that are taking care of me, and then go deep. So I'm sort of known, and it's not that I do that for business, for something. That's who I am. It's in my DNA. So it comes naturally to me. And building relationships first before we go for any business has been hallmark of my career. And here's a case study that I talk about relationship building. This is my mentor, by the way. He hasn't been on this is my 9th annual cruise, and he hasn't been there for the last 4 years. And he's come, I think 2012 was the last time he was on board. And this is the Mastermind, TWC Mastermind Mansion that I purchased from him. And I don't have it anymore because he moved out. He was owner financing this property to me, and it outlived its purpose. And he moved to the islands now, and he's going to be on the cruise this year. And this is not his net worth or his income. In one single year, his personal income tax was $110 million. I mean, what percentage of the people on this planet in their entire lifetime has earned $100 million? And this guy has paid that more than that in taxes in one single year. And by the way, he knows probably every trick in the book how not to pay taxes. He's a Stanford undergrad. He's a Harvard MBA. He has studied law, Vietnam vet. And with all of these things, he still had to pay $110 million. And I acquired this mansion through not the savvy power of my ability to real estate investor, negotiator. No, far from it. I just went there to build a relationship. And hopefully, I don't have the time to go into the detail, but literally, this whole thing came because of my relationship. And this is a 38,000 square foot mansion. This is the largest home in public records in Tampa Bay, where I live, in my county. And actually, somebody told me that somebody built a bigger than this in the next county. But how did I get it? Is because of, first, I built a relationship. I did not go there, and he came to me, and no amount of negotiation would have been able to get this place for me. And he became business partner. Now he's mentor, and he is, if you're looking for funding and stuff, and that's what he does. He's an M&A guy. That's how he made his money, through mergers and acquisitions. Now he does global business. He's going to talk about some incredible stuff, and I'm very, very excited to have him this year. So if you want to know the number one principle for building quality relationships, here it is. It is so simple that you might miss it. I'm almost afraid to give it to you. Here is the foundational principle: that get into the relationship to give, not to get. Let me repeat that. To give, not to get. The getting part is almost automatic. You cannot give without getting. It's like saying you can only inhale and not exhale. It just, if you have to do one without the other, does not happen. And there's some misconception in giving and receiving. It's a conversation of another topic. But no, this is the foundation. And since I've given you the number one principle, let me give you the number one mistake people make in building relationships. The number one mistake people make is this: don't rush relationships. It's like you cannot tell a tree to grow faster. Each tree has its own time. Each flower blooms at its own time. You cannot go and make it grow faster. You cannot just overwater it. Hey, okay, I'm going to just pour all the water. You're going to kill the relationship. You're going to kill the tree if you do that. So know that every relationship is like a tree, and how far it'll grow, it is how fast it'll grow. It depends on that particular tree, particular person. So know that going into it. So since you're into relationship, not a transaction, so you're not in a hurry. Otherwise, you'd be saying, "Oh, let me just build a relationship so I can do business." That's not business relationship building either. So my recommendation is, don't chase contacts, don't chase leads, don't chase joint ventures. Develop relationships, and they will come to you for all of those. So think outside of business. The best deals are not done in the boardroom. Best deals are done in the living room, in the card room, in the golf courses. So think of doing business in any kind of social settings, like your living room, your card room, your golf courses. These are social settings. These are not boardroom in a business environment. So people are more relaxed, and that's why, I call Mastermind at Sea. This is my annual event. I do it at sea because of the incredible environment of fun, relaxed. Just by nature, people let their hair down. And I've literally seen deals happen on sea that does not happen in land, period. So, and maybe somebody says mixture of the pina colada and the waves and they're having a good time. Yes, it all contributes, but they are unguarded and literally reaching to new paradigms. So now I'm going to share with you this whole paradigm of growing business without any money by building, managing, and growing referral partner relationships. There is a method to the madness. It's not just, how do I do that? I'm going to, obviously there's a lot more to it in the implementation of it, but I'm going to give you the 7-step principles to doing that. Number one is create your ideal partner list. Very simple. Create your ideal partner list is who has the same kind of fish that you want, and they already have a well-stocked pond, and all you got to do is get permission from them that if you could fish there. But identify those people. They're your ideal partner list, and not just one. Write 10 to 20 ideal partners, because some will say no, and all you need is really about half a dozen to make a 7-figure lifestyle. and fantastic living if you can just maintain this. And then create profiles of each. This becomes so easy these days because all these people, because these are already high-profile people, so they have their Facebook, they have their LinkedIn, they have their website. So just Google them and you can find everything and more than you want to know about them, and of course, and something maybe you don't want to know about them. So so you know everything about them before you go into it. As a matter of fact, that's where if all 20 said they want to be your partners, and now you get to choose which half a dozen or a dozen people that you want to do business with. That's the beauty of it. So once you've made the list, now it's set up meeting time. Whenever possible, meet in person. Absolutely. You can never replace the belly to belly because that's when energy is exchanged. And no amount of internet and other telephone and anything else will, at least as of now, been able to create that. But those are great for follow-up. Once you've met, the relationship is built, you don't need to see as often. And you can carry on incredibly close relationships and building through this. Can you do it without? Of course you can do without, and it's going to be not as fast. Chances are, but you can definitely do it. If you're meeting somebody, introduction overseas, you're not going to just fly there just to meet. But if you can, you should do that. That'll impress them. But meeting part, before you meet them, set up strategic introductions, not introduction. Don't pick up the phone and call them. Find out who knows them well, who that they respect. I was doing that yesterday with a very good friend of mine, Kieran Sweeney, that David knows also. Both of us, Kieran and myself, we were at his event, and Kieran was also on my cruise last year, and he's again coming back this year with David. And I wanted to know couple of people I wanted to invite, and I know them, they know me, but by acquaintance, I don't know them personally. So instead of me calling them, I had Kieran call them and set up a strategic introduction, and I'm speaking to one of them this evening. I didn't call, although I can very easily, I have the numbers and I can make the phone call, but when Kieran called, it was completely, look at how quickly that happened. Because of all of Kieran's credibility was set up into strategic introductions for doing that. Next thing is join their tribe. That before you go actually meet them, join their tribe, meaning that sign up for their newsletter, sign up for everything that they do, so that now you get their opt-in for their programs and start getting, because this is who they are. So you get to know them very well from their marketing materials, from their website, from all the offers that they're making, so that you can talk to them intelligently, you can speak to them intelligently when that happens. And as I said, meet face-to-face whenever possible, but you can certainly do a Skype video chat to get started and take it from there. And another thing is invite to social hangouts. If you want to meet them, instead of meeting in their office, go meet at the golf course. Go meet at a resort. Or another way that I'd like to do is I find out that what seminar, what event will they be going? Because I go to events all the time, either their event or they're attending an event, and then either we meet at that event, and if it's their event, they're going to be speaking, I either stay late or come a day early so we can have a meeting there. So that's again outside of the element, and see how can I add value to them. Step 3 is have multiple ways to reward your referral partners. Referral commission is a given. Referral commission is a given because that's why you're doing the joint venture. You will do it. But think of ways to reward them outside of commission. I'll give you a good example. A very dear friend of mine, Tim Mai, I did a webinar with him, and a few years ago in the real estate arena. He helped me design the program, and he said, we'll do it to my list first. And to his list, we sold, this is a $1,000 product, we sold $70,000, 70 programs, literally. And from the $70, of course, he made $35,000, I made $35,000. But when Tim was helping me, I noticed that his laptop was kind of old. So what I did is I spent literally about $5,000 to buy him the best of the best laptop that at that point money could buy, and I sent it to them. To this day, he has never sort of talked about anywhere about the $35,000 that he has made, but he always talks about the laptop. Because every time he opens it, who does he think of? And because he wasn't expecting it for that particular gift from me. So figure out a way to give, figure out a way to serve and share with them beyond what the commission is, so that you'll take the referral partner relationship deeper than just a money relationship. Make it easy to refer business. Make it easy to refer business. Tell them what to say. Show them. And the best way to refer you, don't guess. Give them a way to introduce. If there's a new relationship, don't even rely on as simple as your introduction. Write it out for them. And so they know, they can say whatever they want to say, but you made it easy for them, exactly what to say. So give them testimonial video links, website URLs, media kits. And this is where, and if you don't have these things, this is where David shines, So go to David first. So if you have good collateral materials, it's much easier to help me promote you, because I look good when I promote you. So definitely step 5, take care of your referrals. Again, stay on top of your referrals and call them on time, because never put your referral partner in a bad position to defend you. But somebody calls me back, I refer business to you, and they call me back and say, well, hey, you referred to this guy, he hasn't called back, he hasn't done this, he hasn't done that. That's very bad. It's going to dry out. Some of the things are very simple and obvious, but very critical in building the relationship. Step number 6, evaluate referral partner relationship to create high value and low maintenance partners. And what ideally you want is high profit, low maintenance partners. That's your goal. And as you grow, you're going to fire some referral partners, you're going to create new ones, you're going to let some go. But David, as you heard in the beginning of this introduction, that 91% of his business comes from referral partners. And of course, does he do Facebook? Does he do all the different kinds of marketing? Of course he does. But at the end of the day, where the money comes from is people like myself that he has built a relationship over the years. And he evaluates partners on a scale of 1 to 10. He sits down with his team and say that, hey, what partner has done what can we do for them? How can we add value to them so that we maintain those relationships? It's not by accident that he gets that, because he goes out of his way to also help them. So, and finally, step 7 is go deep and build lifelong relationships. This is when you go from a business relationship to a personal friendship. And now know your goals, know their ambitions, their reasons for living. Why do they wake up in the morning? Get to know their families. And the beauty of the annual the Mastermind Cruise is this is the only event where we not only we encourage people to bring their spouses, their significant others, and their children. Because one of the things that we do on the cruise is we actually have a parallel teen mastermind. And David that's another way that he has already made inroads into some very big companies by doing the teen masterminds that has given them access to the parents mastermind kind of a deal. And so over many years he has done that, because I want to expose our children, our next generation, to all these cutting edge concepts that we're learning right now. To think about it, what an incredible advantage they can get. So you just get to know them. How do they define success? Find just bottom line, what makes them tick. And when the relationship becomes friendship, now no one can dislodge you and take your space because they're offering a cheaper product, giving them more money. because you are now more than money. So be thoughtful and follow up about business and life, not just about business. Now you take it to life. So these are 7 steps for building relationships, referral partner pipelines. But I'm going to finish today by giving you 3 ways to create lasting and deep relationship. Number 1, if you help people with making money, they'll forever be grateful. If you help me make money, if I help you make money, you'll always be grateful that I helped you make money. But sometimes what is more powerful than money is if you help people with their health. There's an old saying that a healthy person has many wishes, a sick person has only one. Only one. And so when that single wish they have, if you help them at that point with that, and if it is a life-threatening, debilitating disease, or it's a constant nagging pain that they can't tolerate, and you help them with, every time they walk straight, they think of you. Thank you for whatever way you've helped them. And the third and final way to help people, I believe, is more powerful than money and wealth, money and health. It is help them with their kids. I asked a question in my seminar the other day. I said, hey, how many of you in this room, how many of you have children? Well, majority of the room raised their hands. I said, how many of you will keep your hands up if you'll take a bullet for your kid? Almost every hand that went up still stayed up. I said, if you help people with their kids, you're going to create generational gratefulness. I am at that stage right now in my life that I am now helping my friends' kids. I write testimonials, college letters. I help them with their job, things of that nature. That's why I do this teen mastermind, because I want to help their children. So if you think about ways of helping their children, that's why you need to find out. That's why you go deeper into relationships. You'll forever be grateful. So remember, the secret to living is giving. The reason it is that the things you do for yourself are gone when you're gone, but the things you do for others remain as your legacy. So that's why every opportunity you get, give. And so let me talk to you about, this is my philosophy, is achieving success while serving others is the greatest achievement. So how can I serve you is, one of the ways is the international mastermind trips that we do, and this is our 9th annual mastermind cruise. And you can go to the International Winner's Circle, and you just for David's Tribe, I have a special promo code. It changes every month. So this is the urgency for you, is if you want to join us, this is limited to literally 100 primary thought leaders. And the reason for that is not because it's artificially limited, it's because of the size of the seminar room that we get on the cruise ships. That's limited. Of course, there's going to be thousands of people there, but you are limited because of that. When you go to the website, if you click on upcoming events, you'll see the 9th annual Thought Leader at Sea, Mastermind at Sea. If you click there, you'll find out all the information about the event that's coming up, and agenda, top 10 reasons why who should attend, investment, and everything else. So the itinerary, we're going from Orlando, Port Canaveral to Bahamas, St. Thomas, and St. Martin. These are 3 places we're going to. And so you can find out all the details. I'm not going to go into details, but here's what I'm going to share with you, is if you go to Reserve today, the investment, this is a $10,000 per person event. And if you want to take your spouse, it'll be double occupancy, or partner. If you want to take one kid, it'll be triple occupancy. If you have 4 people, it'll be the quad occupancy. If you want to go solo, that means you don't want to share the cabin. All these prices are per person. So if you want to go, so this is price for 2 people, 3 people, 4 people, these are the prices, and this is for 1 person. And if you want a stateroom and to share it, then this is the price. So if you want to go, it's $10,000 per person. If you click on it, it'll take you to the registration page. And here, in this box, you'll put your name and your date of birth. Say it's Roger Salam, and I'll put 7 1562, and then just click on Add to Cart. And here you'll see that now is the fun part. What you do is you put winner 50 and apply, and voila, that's your investment is half right now. So if you, that's for your solo. So if you, once you check out, it'll take you to the page for all your details, and just continue for doing this. I just walked you through. So if you are listening to it later, so you see exactly where you need to go. And if you have any questions, you can please, I'll give you the phone number to call. Feel free to call me. And over there, here's my direct information for, this is my one of my favorite saying from my mentor, Tony Robbins, is in the moment of a decision, your destiny is shaped. And you're one connection away from your next $1 million. Literally, you're one connection away. And this is a place to be. Unless you put yourself in there, make a decision, it's not going to happen. Here's what you can do right now, because this is right now, all you have to do is, if you want to go, you need to put $1,000 deposit that'll reserve your cabin, and then we can create 2 payments, one in October, one in November, so that it's paid off before you're on the cruise. So very simply, you need to make a reservation right now. Every year the cruise ship has sold out, and I had to reject people. So if you want to, this year we're taking the Oasis of the Seas, which is the largest cruise ship. It's a fantastic, fabulous architectural marvel at sea. And I've never been on this one. As I said, we've gone many times on a cruise, but not on this one. So I'm very much looking forward to it, and we'll have some incredibly special things arranged for this year. So if it resonates with you, you'd like to go, if you want more information, please go to the website or give us a call. My phone number is there, and email is there. I'd be happy to answer any questions. But if you should decide, please do it now, so you're not disappointed that it's gone. David, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah,
Awesome, my friend.
Great stuff. I would say one other thing. Are you hearing me okay, Roger?
Yeah, I'm really good.
Yeah, so I would say one other thing, and you correct me if I'm wrong, but I think one of the things that I really want to focus in on is that, there is a qualifier, and this isn't for, everybody. I mean, you should be a speaker who has spoke on some stages. Maybe you're a published author. Maybe you have a database or a list. Maybe you've been featured in the media. Maybe you have testimonials and endorsements. Maybe you have a product. If I'm going through these lists and these aren't any of the things of where you're at, you're not running a business, you're not a speaker, an author, an expert, you don't have a product, or books, or things like that. These are really qualified people that are going on the cruise. So I'm kind of telling it to you in 2 ways. One, I'm telling it to you as, hey, maybe you want to qualify yourself a little bit. I'm also telling it to you in a second way of, if you're coming, know that you're going to be.
David, you cut off. I can't hear you. David?
David, are you there?
David?
Yeah, I think David cut out.
David cut out.
I'm going to text him and let him know that he cut out of the webinar.
Yeah, almost. But let me, while she's getting David, let me share with you, because you can see on the screen who should attend. So that's why I specifically mentioned in this here, and then look at on my personal letter note from the founder, and in that I said a letter said I would like to make a few things clear for the skeptics. By the way, I love skeptics, because when you earn a true skeptic's trust, they become your most raving fan. Number one, invitation only. This is an invitation-only event, and we do reserve the right to select who is included in order to ensure the best possible synergies between members. Literally yesterday, I rejected someone. And by the way, I'm not rejecting because we're holier than thou, not from that ego perspective. I am rejecting people because I don't want to take their money. if they want to go on a cruise, then let them go on a cruise. This isn't the way they can go it for a lot less. I'm not in the cruise business. This is a mastermind that just happens to be on a cruise, not the other way around. So because they won't be able to add value to the people that I'm bringing, and we won't be able to add value. One's is a realtor, and I said, yeah, you can afford to go, but why? Why would you go? Because that's not going to be you're not speaker. You don't speak on the topic of real estate. You just buy and sell real estate. This is not going to be your best, and these people are not in your market. Only a few people are. David, are you there?
I think David got cut off.
Cut off. Okay. So you pretty much, I think, heard what he was emphasizing is that yes, there is a qualifier, and you'll find it over here from that. So again, so you can go all through here, and we'll definitely give you more information on personalized, that maybe your situation is different.
I'm back. My call got dropped. I apologize, but
no problem.
I think I finished that thought, and I think I'm sure you wrapped it up.
Yeah, I just told them that's why right on, you're not seeing on the screen. There is a whole section on who should attend, and all the people that you mentioned, speakers, authors, experts, mentors, so these are the people that should attend. And in my letter on the website is also emphasized that same point, that it is an invitation-only event, so that we maintain the quality of people that are in the tribe.
Good. Okay, that's it for me. Thanks for doing this call, Roger. You gave out some really good advice. I'm going to share this with other people.
Awesome. Thank you again. God bless, and thank you again for the opportunity.
Okay, talk to you soon.
Talk soon.